everybody that we're actually getting beautiful sunshine here in Delgany. Stunning day. I'm here with beautiful Gareth. You sent me a very interesting email. I know since 2003, and it's a great title, the Delgany Vulnerable Roads Survey and Proposals. Is that the?
Yeah, well, I suppose we've been looking for to upgrade, I suppose, the roads in the area for the past 14 years now. Right. Now we've got somewhere on it in the past, like, I suppose, well, coming back about 10 years ago.
Right.
But since then we've got nowhere, absolutely nowhere at all. So at the moment we're I suppose standing right in the centre of the village.
Yeah.
I suppose our bugbear now for the past 6-7 years, okay, is the amount of traffic that's going through the village.
Right.
So what happened was when Farron Kelly was built, okay, the bypass, we were hoping that actually a lot of the traffic would be taken off the road here, okay.
Sure.
It actually hasn't happened. There's actually more cars coming through the village now than ever, and there's actually more cars coming through the village than there is in the Farron Kelly bypass, and they spend millions and millions of pounds on it, but they won't spend a penny here, which is the one thing that's our bugbear, absolute bugbear.
The bizarre thing is that we are lazy as a race. The first turn off is the one you go for, the one you're familiar with, and before you know it, you're going to Delgany.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm not against that. I mean, okay, we could call this a rat run, or right, but you know what? You want to get a Greystones, you want to try and get there the easiest area.
Yeah.
What we're going to try and do, though, okay, we don't want people being put off coming to the village, okay? But we'd like to actually people to come into the village and be able to stay in the village and to be able to park up and to actually do their shopping here as well. We've got some great shops here, we've got some great pubs here.
Yeah.
But I mean, people are being put off because they can't necessarily park anywhere, okay? The other area as well is that, what we want to do is we want to make it safer for people here, okay?
Right.
I mean, this village is beautiful. It really is beautiful, okay? And it's a heritage village. However, Wicklow County Council just treat it as a kind of, as a village next door to Greystones. All right, that really is it, okay?
Yeah.
And listen, nothing against Greystones and all. I love Greystonians. I love Greystones. But all the money that's been spent in the past few years by Wicklow County Council has been in Greystones and Greystones only, okay? So I suppose the past 4 or 5 years we've been lobbying to improve this beautiful area, and we were getting somewhere. So the NTA. They were funded to the value of 60 grand to actually do a study around here, okay, and propose what they want to do with the area, okay. And as part of, I suppose, the Delgany Community Council, I'm treasurer of the Delgany Community Council.
Yeah.
We got together with County Council. We worked with that already. Problem is, it came to an abrupt halt. We were happy with the plans that we were given, and what happens then? It has to go to what's called Part 8. Which is saying, okay, we're happy, now we have to put out to the general consensus to make sure that everyone else around here is happy as well.
Okay.
And if there's anybody, like planning commission, like orderly planning commission. We haven't got that far. The reason being, okay, and Paul, if you actually look behind you here, okay, part of our heritage is this wall here.
Part of the old rectory building, the properties,
So see there as well, the buses come down here, sometimes trucks come down here as well. But there's enough room down there to actually allow for a bus and a car to pass together.
Curb, all that kind of stuff to get
So
by,
one of the things, and actually to be fair, the planners in Wicklow County Council came up with a great one as well, was to put some stop-start lights here.
Like a one-way kind of system.
Exactly. Yeah. Now they're going to be smart lights as well, because actually then they would actually decipher. There'd be done sensors, so they'd know how many cars are there. They'd let her through. They wouldn't stick on red in the base that there's nothing else coming, But apparently planners now are looking at actually maybe trying to knock down this wall instead. By actually extending the road out so that the Greystones Electric can get through Delgany to go home. So we're not off for that. That ruin our heritage there.
I know on the information you sent me, it was June 2016 when Margaret Hartnett in WCC basically sort of felt that the latest scheme was a winner and that it would, it should go through.
Well, to be fair, it was actually it was a year beforehand.
Was it?
Yeah, it wasn't until last year as well. We're kind of like, what's going on? Yes, yeah. Now, I think Margaret Hartnett, you know what? She's very good, and she's a planner. She basically says that as it is. There's no money. There's no money. A lot of the other people are kind of saying, yeah, we're getting there. No, you're not doing anything. You haven't done anything for 2 years. That's the bugbear. Margaret, we contacted her about nearly a year ago and said, Margaret, where's this gone? What's happening with it? And she said, nothing's happened with it. All right. The reason being is that everybody was happy with the plans, yet one of the councillors stood up at a meeting. Now, he'd never darkened our doors before.
Right.
Alrighty?
Right.
At the final meeting with County Council, before it went to Part 8, he darkened our doors one day, and he stopped the meeting and said, I'm not happy with traffic lights there. And he talked about his Greystones electorate. I don't think my Greystones electorate would be too happy with the traffic lights there. Now, to be honest, the Greystones electorate have a mighty fine road, and also as well, they're very welcome to come through here, you know, but come through here for the matter of, you know, I mean, you can see, it's like this is Saturday. It's Saturday afternoon here, and it's there's cars going by. And listen, you know, if we can just slow them down a little bit, okay?
Sure.
Some people might say, okay, listen, it's not worth going through Delgany anymore because it's actually a wee bit slower. Kind of slow it down. Get them onto Farr and Kelly. That's what we'd like them to do, okay? So at least we have people that can come here, they can shop, they can stay here, they can park up. Sure. You know, it's safe, you know.
So what would be the hope, like, would you hope that, I don't know, the council are basically have all the cars and they've got to make some kind of move, or whether it's down to councillors in the area?
Okay, so there has to be another study to look at traffic lights there, okay?
Right. Okay.
We believe, and I suppose the planners believe as well, that there's going to be really, you know, we're not going to be impinging on people with traffic lights here, okay?
Sure.
We've had a chat with the people around us as well. Part of as we're Delgany Community Council, we do have, you know, our Facebook. There you go. Now there, happy days. There's your bus coming in. I'm not saying stop the buses, but you can see what it's doing in traffic. Okay.
Well, I know.
So
I grew up
the pavement there, so.
I grew up in Delgany, and I'm trying to be kind of aware of that. That is basically a learner's nightmare.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I know you can see now 3 cars have just gone up on the pavement there as well.
Yeah.
Road here as well, you can cars are strewn everywhere. People can't actually use, you know, to be fair, there's parking left hand side beside Farley's. That's grand, that's no problem at all. If you go up a wee bit further, you can see actually where that micro is, okay?
Yeah.
And there's cars in front there as well, constantly blocking the pavement. Nobody can walk along, so the kids and all that kind of thing have to walk out on the road to actually walk along there, okay?
Sure.
And to tell you, if you've ever been up here in the morning especially, that road is lethal, up and down. They boot up it.
There was a few years ago, there was a campaign or suggestion at least of a one-way system, which
there was,
by Farley's and others,
and
that didn't seem to sort of get traction. But
well, actually, one of the reasons that we did that, okay, and I'd be quite honest, I'm going to put my hands up, and I was one of them, okay, was that we were getting no traction at all.
Right.
So what we decided to do was we decided to put it out there, saying, yeah, one way.
Okay.
It's going to go one way.
Sure enough.
It created mayhem, but you know what it did? It was exactly what we wanted to do. It got people talking in the area. It got people talking about it, okay?
Yeah.
So at least we can get a bit more traction with County Council.
We can ban 4x4s and BMWs, that'd be good. Everyone has to basically dismount.
I have a few friends with 4x4s.
I think the village has been twinned with BMW in Germany. So.
That's it.
So hopefully, you're saying another survey needs to be done.
Okay, so the survey hasn't happened yet. Okay, so there's been funding to Wicklow Council the value of 60 grand. Okay, so 60 grand apparently has been spent drawing, and I kind of drawing these plans here. Okay, there's a load of plans here. They're readily available.
For 50,000 next time. Just so
listen, you know what? But the thing is, though, they can't. It's going to cost another 2 grand maybe to just study on the lights here. We've been waiting for 2 years on that, and there has no movement.
They've never done an actual study on the lights.
No movement on it. So because they haven't done that study, nothing is happening here. Okay, except of course after, by the way, 2 years of lobbying.
Right,
guys. So even some white lines would be nice.
There you
go. So last week we got white lines.
Living it up.
Yeah, with our white lines, that's it indeed, you know.
It is illegal to park after a straight, like a continuous line though, isn't it?
Apparently so, absolutely, yeah. But we've had a word, I mean, listen, we're not the mini police here, okay, at the end of the day, okay. But we have had words regarding kind of parking in the village and all, because, you know, blocking pavements for elderly people especially. There's a lot of elderly people around here who actually don't come in here because the place is blocked all the time. Sure. Unfortunately, white lines stop here, okay. They did actually have double yellow lines up until about 10 years ago, and you'll see here the remnants of them. Okay, and if you go all the way up there, okay, they were laying pipes there about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Now I know you actually have to have a license to put down double yellow lines. Do you not have a license to get a license to actually remove them and never put them back again? I don't know. So they never bothered putting the yellow lines there. You know. Coppers or the police, they can't do anything. We've talked to them. They said they can't do anything because there's actually no enforcement.
So would
rules.
Joe and Joanna Sixpack be able to help in any way? Is there such a thing as supporting this in some way, or is it all down to the council?
Well, I think it's up to us to kind of say, listen, guys, there is plans in place, okay? They've spent 60 grand, okay, but nothing's happened for 2 years. So you know what? Maybe get on to councillors. Although the councillors sometimes they don't really have, you know. This is down to the engineering department in and Rory O'Hanlon is the fellow in the engineering department, okay, who really actually is the fellow who can make it move, but hasn't done so yet. You know?
Okay, well, we'll put the call out. Hopefully this will sort of stir. It isn't exactly something that's a luxury. This is like a necessity.
No, it's not. It's far from luxury. And you know what? We've been doing, as you said, we've been doing this lobbying since 2003.
Right.
Okay, now, so the first thing actually what happened then after 3 years was that we got the road from Barry's Bridge, okay, to just beyond the golf club, just coming into the village, okay. So we got that improved. Fair enough, okay. But that was back in 2006. Okay, that's 11 years ago.
Right.
Already. Right. So nothing else has happened here. Yet there have been plans to actually. One of the first plans was actually to make it kind of, you know, like opposite Greystone's train station. Yeah. You know, the granite and all that kind of thing. Yeah, make the village really pretty, okay?
Sure.
Now, of course, the recession happened then, no money. Fair enough. All right. But you know what? No reason to stop it altogether. All right. So you see that the road here hasn't been improved now for. I've been here for 15 years. I lived here, right in the centre of the village, and I know they've done nothing with the road for that period of time. And I remember it being pretty not the best when I moved in either.
Well, as I said, I do think it's very, very obvious that something needs to be done, and the hope would be that, you know, the most sort of logical, the idea of knocking that wall down, for example, is a ludicrous idea.
And I just wonder, is that a stymie by Wicklow County Council, though they're looking at knocking down the wall? And they have to do plan permission. Is that stymieing the whole job? Yeah, of course it is, okay? And then they're talking about maybe buying the other side as well, where Ludlow's is.
Right.
You know what? Ludlow's going to have
I might have a little bit of a problem with
exactly,
that.
Yeah. Have they been asked yet? I don't know.
Claire, how are you, man? But yeah, I think that would be quite illogical. I think the light seemed to be about the only, because I've been down towards Cork a lot, and you will get these little villages that have a light system just to protect the structure and the look of and the history of a town.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll put this out there, and hopefully we'll get over the next few weeks we'll get some kind of movement on this, and we'll let people know. I'll link to any kind of information or emails that people can maybe get in touch if they need.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. That's obviously we're
all right. Just how busy.
So I'm just here. I mean, okay, listen. I live in the village, but I'm representing Delgany Community Council, which is a voluntary group within Delgany, just to, you know, like-minded people, just to make sure that, you know, the heritage is looked after, and that the upkeep of the village is kept. You know. We've been completely forgotten about by Wicklow County Council.
I was born here. There will be a plaque for me in the
I'm sure there will be. Okay, well, could I just be below that? I'll be below that plaque of you. Okay.